It's April 24th, 2013, and you're listening to another episode of
Bites Over Bagels!
It's Chicago's favorite tech morning show. With me in the studio, as always, is one Miss Heather Brown,
Happy double digit number day, people.
one Mr. Barrett Mackey,
Pura vida!
and everyone's favorite nemesis, Dave Seidel.
I have got to stop coming in here.
We've got a great show for you guys again today. Joining with us in the studio today is Wes Stoody. He's the founder of a new Chicago startup called AFrames Eyewear. Not only are they looking to improve the way we look, generally speaking, with sunglasses and prescription lenses.
They are hot, but they're also trying to solve the issue of vitamin A deficiency, which is a leading cause of blindness in some third world countries. So it's going to be a good show. Stick around for the rest of that story.
Well, we got a lot of show, so let's get on to it. The title of today's episode is
Introducing the Spectacle Spectacular!
Today's show is sponsored by Bow Truss Coffee, Chicago's very own. Check them out at bowtruss.com.
it's now that time of the show we call the Bagel Bite.
Happy Fork, people. Happy Fork.
Say what?
The hell
Yeah,
does that
this
mean?
fork allows you to track how fast and how often you're eating meals. So aside from just eating better, eating slower and at a better pace actually
Slow your roll.
helps as well. And this fork literally lets you track that. And it's hooked up to your iPhone, obviously. And
Is that obvious? Is that obvious?
These days it is. We got wristbands. We got all this stuff.
It's
We
like
got
the water
Yeah, everybody's
thing
going
from
to think
last
we're
week.
like
Jeez.
super obese on this show. Like every other week we have
We're dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're health conscious. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Dave.
what other devices can we make that can link up to our iPhone and track things that we're doing? Probably a lot.
So
But
is there a spoon too?
no. Don't see a spoon. However,
That's how you cheat the system.
That's right.
however, one of my dreams in life has been to create a spafork, a spoon, fork, and knife all in one.
I think that's been done. But go ahead.
No, they don't. Not the knife.
So you just gave away your idea, Dave. Someone's gonna take
no,
it and run with it.
gonna be
No
on
one,
Kickstarter.
no one can do it.
Yeah.
I can't create it. The problem is the knife always comes into play on the handle of this object, and it just isn't realistic. You're going to get food on your hand when you start using the handle, or you're going to cut yourself. No. Anyway,
right.
if you can figure it out, let me know.
I just figured it out in my head. So we'll talk after the show.
Feeling good.
So anyway, happy fork.
Let's go around the room here. Brett, what do you think about this?
No, thank you. I can monitor my own fork speed.
Heather?
Right.
Heather?
I don't care. Oh, sad face, Dave.
But wait a minute. Are either one of you going to contribute money to the Kickstarter? Do you want other people to care?
Probably not.
I won't contribute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You won't contribute?
Good luck to them.
Yes, good luck to
They
them.
have a variety of colors you can pick from as well, of forks. Does that change your mind?
I might.
Ooh,
I
I'm
might.
looking at the screen now. Purple and pink.
Ooh.
Some
I might support this just
green.
because I'd want to hack it and make it be more motivational. Be like, that's all you're gonna eat? Are you kidding me? I just want it to yell at me while I'm eating. You know.
Imagine being
Like, taunt me.
the fastest eater on Happy Fork.
Oh.
You get badges for it.
Oh, you should totally get a badge.
Oh my gosh.
Dave, what do you think? You must like this, right?
No, I mean, this is kind of goes back to my opinion on all of this stuff. It's too much tracking.
Yeah.
Too much tracking.
Yeah.
Gotta buy a fork?
crap
That'd be
to
great
worry about.
stats, though. Be great stats.
I give it a 50-50. I'm a maybe on this thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Tough call.
I might give a couple bucks.
Me.
Yay.
Yeah. So, given the show today is about socially conscious startups, how about another Kickstarter called the Civa Cycle Atom? It's a bicycle, like a battery pack generator that you hook up to your wheel, and it generates power, and then it can recharge any USB device. So I think there's other generators out there right now, but this is the first one that actually works with USB devices. And so they're socially conscious because for every 10 they sell, they're going to send one to someone in a third world country who
Nice.
obviously have some power concerns. So I don't know. I think it's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
gonna-
I like it, Mackie.
You're in?
I'm in.
Funded!
Adamowski.
Actually, this thing just launched yesterday, the Kickstarter. So they got 29 days to go, and they already raised, geez, 35,000 in a day.
That's
and they're trying to
incredible.
hit 85. So
They'll never hit their goal. There's no way.
They'll hit their goal.
what do you think, Dave? What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
You can power your fork with this thing. Well, the sweet thing is you can pull the power pack off your bike wheel, and you can bring it wherever you
Nice.
want to
It's
power
like we're
stuff, you know?
gerbils. We got Heather in the corner just cycling away, powering stuff up all day. That would be awesome.
For a guy whose cell phone dies 10 times a day,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that this is something you need.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
I also support this.
I think it's cool.
All right.
Very good.
Yep.
Cool.
Good job, Siva.
All right. Well, mine today is about bringing technology to the younger ladies out there. Girl Scouts.
Sorry.
Thanks.
That's what I always,
Yeah, woo-hoo.
well, I always say.
Pocket full of cash.
Yeah.
The Girl Scouts, I don't know if you guys know, and maybe this is similar to Boy
no, it was
Scouts.
Girl
but
Scouts. Sorry, that was
you get
creepy.
those sweet.
Cookies?
Go ahead, Heather. Sorry.
All right, bringing us back in. You get those sweet patches. I don't know if you guys know this, but you like do different things, and you get these patches that go on that sweet little
Sash.
sash. I'm like, what's that called? Sash. So they have a new patch out now that's called the Game Design Merit Badge. And it's to encourage kids from like 4th grade to 6th grade to get more involved in the technology field. So what they do is that these girls are required to program their games as well as design them using GameStar Mechanic.
Ooh.
So when they do that, they get this badge.
I think that's
So-
pretty rad.
It is pretty legit. So they're trying to, bring technology to the younger ladies out there.
Like it.
Got to do it.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's
we
great.
should institute
So-
some sort of sash.
We got to
reward
get a
system in
sash
the
badge
office,
system
right?
here.
Yeah, we've talked about
Yeah.
that. That's a
Have we?
great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
So we all like this one.
Absolutely.
The badge is pretty sweet. It looks like a little Nintendo thing.
Oh, like a
Circular
controller?
badge. Yeah, like the controller.
Speaking about
It's
Nintendo,
pretty legit.
Yeah, that's
anyone want to? John, what do you got? Sorry,
What?
I was gonna talk about something else. I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
Speaking about Nintendo, we have got to bring back the Power Glove.
The Power Glove. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
I never used it. I've only seen photos.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God. Probably one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, we should.
Well, tell me about what it is.
If you don't know what the Power Glove is, Google it. I mean,
Yeah. Or watch the movie The Wizard.
Wizard. Lucas in the Wizard.
Fred Savage.
The Power Glove.
Yeah, I haven't
It's
seen that
so
movie.
bad.
Well, this is a decent segue because if you guys haven't heard yet, Nintendo has posted an annual loss of 366 million. Loss of 366 million due to Wii U sales disappointment.
Wow.
That is not good. Although, I think
Wait, is that from 1 year? What's that from?
Yeah, that's-
2012?
I think this is their quarterly report
Oh,
here.
shit.
Oh no, it's for the 2012
Yeah.
financial year.
Why do
Yikes.
you think that is?
I think it's gaming on mobile devices.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so Wii U added a controller that is basically like a Game Boy type of console. So you can take that
Yeah.
thing with you.
Yeah, it's a tablet type thing. It's like a little, almost like a DS or something.
It's way too big.
Think
I was
so?
about to buy one the other day, and I went to
Would it-
Target, and I was like, "This thing is obnoxious. I'm not buying this thing."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought it was pretty cool. I have an Xbox 360. They should sponsor the show, but
Yeah.
that's too bad. Speaking of the Power Glove and things like this, I've always relied on Nintendo to take it to the next level, and I do feel like they kind of missed the mark a little bit this last console.
Yeah, I've been debating buying a new device or a gaming
Console.
and I've been looking, and they say Nintendo was too soon for this.
What do you
Like Xbox is going to jump on this like second screen type of controller and just dominate.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Poor Nintendo.
Well, maybe we should go around the room. What do you? What's your vote on this?
Well, I don't
Been
like that they lost
losing
money.
Yeah.
Feel bad
I
about
love
that.
it.
Feel bad about that.
Yep.
Didn't
All
really-
right.
Didn't really require a vote. Sour note.
That's
Feeling
our
good.
bagel bun.
But if they want to bring up revenues, probably should bring back the Power Glove for Wii.
Agreed. If they bring back the Power Glove and do it right,
Has anyone figured out how that gun on Duck Hunt works? There is no way.
What about that damn gyroscope robot or whatever? What was that dude?
It could play the games for you?
Yeah, that pipe game. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, you're changing my life right now.
Yeah.
The pad.
All right, and that concludes today's Bagel Bite.
Today's bagels are brought to you by the one and only New York City Bagel Deli Catering. Head on over there today and get some kettle baked goodness.
Today's featured interview is with Wes Stoody. He is the founder of a tech fashion startup called AFrames. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let's just get started by telling the listeners a little bit about your background and who you are and why you started AFrames.
I am from Michigan, so I went to Eastern Michigan University, and that's where I thought of AFrames. I started AFrames when I was a senior in college. During my junior year, I saw a documentary about vitamin A deficiency and supplementation, and it struck me that nobody knew about this problem. 1 million children die or go blind every year from vitamin A deficiency, and it costs just $1 for a year's worth of supplements. That's what struck me the most, was how cheap it was to save a kid's life for a year. It was during that time of the Toms craze and everyone becoming conscious capitalism, and everybody knew about getting clean water to Africa, and everybody knew about bed nets for mosquitoes and stuff like that, but nobody knew about vitamin A. And so during the summer before my senior year, I was doing an internship, and it just struck me I could do a for-profit company that donates to a nonprofit to supplement or distribute vitamin A supplements. And it was a very, very vague idea, and I was weird enough to stalk the guy who discovered vitamin A deficiency in the 70s. Like, he's a dean at Johns Hopkins, so I just was like Googling him for hours until I found his email. And then I emailed him, and he's a super nice guy. I've met him. And he emailed me back like a half an hour later after I emailed him. He was like, "Oh, this is awesome. You should, I'm connecting you with the president of Helen Keller International." The first concept was just a for-profit company that donates to distribute vitamin A supplements. I didn't even choose a product, really. It was all about the cause. And then obviously the first product that came to mind was eyewear, sunglasses, eyewear, just because of the connection to blindness. And then months into developing the concept of the business, I realized that there's a niche in the cause-driven market, that a lot of cause-driven companies and brands focus, let's say, 90% of their time on marketing their cause, and don't focus enough on their product. They're kind of creating a very cheap product, and it's okay. I mean, I'm not like down on them. I'm just saying there's a niche where we're creating a more luxury product. We spend just as much time on our product development as a brand that doesn't have a cause, in order to sell something that we're really proud of. And we want you to buy our eyewear because it's the choice you made off the shelf, so they're a great product. And then you learn about the cause through that.
Gotcha. So it's both sunglasses, you said, a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And men and women?
Yep. Pretty much all of our styles are unisex right now. There's like one or two that lean more towards woman or man.
Was this your first time designing a physical product, and can you talk about the creative process?
When I was in college, it was a long process of finding a freelance designer to work with. So I started out just by trying to find people at my school, and then at U of M, art school, College of Creative Studies in Detroit. I was reaching out to all these schools, and just wasn't, and like people would like send me designs or just concepts, and I wasn't happy with anything. So I was just continued searching for people, and finally, I don't even know how I got hooked. Can't remember how I got hooked up with the guy who ended up freelancing for me. But so our first 5 styles that we sold last year that we're now expanding on. Was designed by a freelancer who it was like I didn't have any experience actually creating the product, and I would basically be like, oh, this is what I envision, and then he would draw something up, and then I'd be like, no, closer to this, and then it would just back and forth. I would have email of like 100 drawings that were like just slightly different, and then I'd be like, this one, and I would forward that email to all of my contacts and be like, pick your favorite 10, that sort of thing. That was what it was like when I was in college, because I didn't really even know what I was doing. It was like I had this idea and I knew sort of what I was doing or what I wanted. Now it's gotten to the point where I'm designing and I'm not a designer. So it's like one of those fake it till you make it things. Like we don't have the capital to pay a designer $50,000 a year to design for us. So what I do is I draw a sketch of what I sort of envision and then send it to our manufacturer. He makes a sample as close to the sketch as possible. Not easy because I didn't make it in CAD. And luckily my manufacturer works with us on this stuff. And then I get it back and it's usually way off, sort of. I mean, but it's the general concept, and I'm like, oh, so then me and my partners look at it and we're like, millimeter here, millimeter there. We need to change the shape of the lens, and then we just go back and forth.
So tell us about vitamin A deficiency.
Well, how I learned about it was through the documentary. It was like on PBS, and found out that Dr. Alfred Sommer, who's a dean at Johns Hopkins, the way he discovered it was he was doing this is prior to computers, so he was doing a kind of just a normal health exams of Indonesians it was 1975 or around there, and through these, he would go every 3 months and do exams on children around the age of 5. And every 3 months go check everything, their eyesight, their vitamin levels, everything about the full workup exam. And after a while, after doing it for a year or two, and this was back, like I said, prior to computers, so it was just sheets and sheets of data. And he was examining the data, and he found these children were dropping out of the study. And after looking closer, he figured out they weren't dropping out because they were moving or anything. They were dropping out because they were dying. And he had to figure out, obviously, why they were dying. What was the correlation? And the one thing they all had in common was they were all deficient in vitamin A. And that's how basically it was discovered that vitamin A deficiency is a serious thing. And then after studying it for a few years, he discovered how easy it is and cheap it is to solve that problem by just giving one supplement every 6 months, so 2 supplements a year. These supplements cost pennies to manufacture, and so total a year's worth is $1 or under $1.
So Stephen Colbert recently asked Bill Clinton, why help people? What's in it for you? It's pretty serious. And so so I guess
He was obviously kidding, though.
Yeah.
he was kidding. He was kidding.
But that's actually a good...
No, tough call.
Tough call. So why should the real question is, why should brands align themselves with the cause?
Yeah. My philosophy is, if you're creating a luxury product, meaning people don't actually need it. People do need glasses, but you can also just go buy $5 glasses. You don't have to spend $100, $200, $300 on glasses. So I think you should be doing something better for the world than just making your product. There are a lot of companies making an amazing product, and more power to them, because I think if you're going to create something, you should do your best and create the best thing you can. But then also, there's already great products out there. You should be bringing something better to the world, bring something new that's going to help other people, other than putting a really nice table in their living room or making a fantastic computer or something like that. It doesn't have to be donate a portion of the proceeds to a charity. It can be create a better working environment for your employees, the town where the product is manufactured, create a better environment for that town. Whatever it is, there should be the stakeholders need to be have a positive outcome.
So now for the most important question of the interview. Are you ready?
How was my bagel? It was pretty good.
Close.
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 Yeah.
Close.
Okay.
What's your favorite bagel and how do you like it prepared?
I'd say blueberry. I didn't see a blueberry out there, but I was a little disappointed.
There was a
Probably
blueberry.
because I
Was
ate
there?
it. No,
It was-
actually, there is one out there.
I
still.
wasn't sure. It looked like purplish or something.
that
I
was
was
it.
like,
That
dang
was
it.
it.
That was
Dang
it.
it. I wasn't sure, so I went for the cinnamon raisin because that's my second choice.
Oh, very nice.
But plain, I don't go for the fancy schmears.
I like that.
Plain.
And not toasted either.
Ain't nobody
No.
got time for it.
So listeners are very excited. How can they find out more about AFrames and what you guys are doing?
In the meantime, AFrames Eyewear will still be operating and will provide you with glimpses at our new collection. It'll tell you about our cause and our story. And in the meantime, also you can buy our stuff in our collection in stores such as Lab Rabbit Optics. I just made a delivery today. They have our new Istanbul-made collection. So I think you should go down there.
Yes.
You can head down Division and Ashland, Lab Rabbit.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well,
cool.
Wes, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck with saving lives and selling badass glasses. And I hope that everyone listening seriously checks out this stuff because we originally found out about Wes and the company through Matt Moog. And there's a lot of buzz going on sort of with bigger names in Chicago right now. So if you want to get in and know Wes before he's
Badass.
too
Super
cool to talk
badass,
to you,
yeah.
you better go get those frames probably today.
And they are some badass frames, we'll say. So
True.
check them out.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was fun.
Filling in the gaps today is Chicago awesomeness Archie Powell and the Exports. Check them out at archiepowellandtheexports.com or at bitesoverbagels.com. Or if you're in frickin' Rockford this weekend, they're going to be at the ELB or ELB.
And that concludes episode 10 of
Bites Over Bagels!
Join us in the studio next week where we'll have
Max Crowley, Senior Community Manager of Uber. Basically, he's running the show in Chicago.
Yeah, very cool interview. As always, you can check us out on the Facebooks and the Twitters. You can also subscribe on iTunes. And finally, stay tuned to Facebook. We're actually going to be starting a new promo to get startups more involved in the show and to get a little more exposure. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.